The thing is, we can only use what's inside the base to pull this off. We can't bring anything else into this base to build except for what's already here. So we can repurpose things, but that's it. So I've got to be very careful about how I use my materials.
We have a lovely little fireplace here. I don't know if I want to touch. Whoa, what the heck is that? There's just TNT blowing up in here. Why is it blowing up? What did he buy? He got this thing off the black market, I think. Okay, the explosions seem to have subsided. I guess whatever this was ran out of TNT. Oh, there it is.
All right, so I think what we're gonna do is first we're gonna start working on deconstructing some of the more detailed parts that I don't think have to be here. Like, I need to make sure I actually improve this base and don't make it worse, and that's my big concern right now, because it doesn't actually look terrible in some areas.
Maybe the most glaring issue with this base is actually the roof. So what I'm thinking we do is just get up there and rip the entire roof off.
All right, I've got a pretty wild idea here that I think is very, very incredibly risky and might absolutely destroy this base, but I was like, you know what? What if I made a Mayan Empire base? Like, I think that's a cool topic. This is gonna be probably our hardest base flip challenge we've ever done, all because I wasted money.
I've been working away so hard up here, I didn't even think about food. So what we actually should do is maybe start a little temporary farm out front of the house right here. We already got a nice lake here. That could sort our food situation out so we don't starve to death while working on this. All right, so we hoed up a little bit of a corner of the yard here, and we'll just plant these potatoes in here, and in no time at all, these will be grown up while we're working on the house, and we'll have a nice, sustainable source of food.
So there's your new entrance, like a massive grand staircase that goes up, one from all four sides maybe, boom, right into the top where there's gonna be some amazing pyramid design. And then I'd like to do the exact same thing to this wall, so we'll tear this thing out too. It's just an unpleasant process to be doing because it's so slow and we can't make money because we're broke. We're not allowed to sell anything.
Okay, up here tearing down the chimney, we're getting our first cobblestone of the day, which we can use to make some cobblestone tools. That's actually really important because we have no raw materials. We only have 3 iron left and no cobble anywhere. You know what? String is an interesting block to get, actually. There's not a lot of ways to get wool, I feel like, on this property, and we could turn this into wool if we need that to make more beds in the future.
We're gonna delete this entire railing. We're gonna go ahead and put more flooring down and then try to bring those staircases up and make them meet in the middle somewhere. I think they're about even right now. Absolutely weird. No matter how you look at it, this is a weird build.
And I think already the base is looking better. It just feels more unique now. The other problem I'm seeing is they use birch wood, actually, birch planks right here to build some of the house, but there's no more birch planks besides the ones that are a part of the base. So we almost need to rip that out and replace it because there's no way to continue with it.
I mean, that's a heck of a grand entrance though, don't get me wrong. When it comes to making a giant Mayan pyramid, you're not gonna want any windows really in it, which is not good because that's kind of the exact opposite of what I originally intended. So I'm gonna go ahead and break these and fill these all in with what appears to be just a basic wood like this. Both of us were absolutely bulldozing our bases, but Isaac found an enchanting table and also some lapis from his base, which meant he was able to get a significant advantage over me with way better tools.
Oh, you couldn't have wrote it any better than that. Let's see how much faster it is. This is gonna save us so much time. Oh, it feels like diamond. Incredible.
All right, look at that. We've completely redesigned the front of this base and it looks 10 times worse than it did before, but I finally feel like maybe this is gonna not work, but it's okay, we'll figure it out. We're gonna get there. So I'm thinking that we're gonna combine the Mayan pyramid with the regular base design because I don't know that I'm gonna be able to actually do this design like I want, so I gotta get more creative. Isaac has the big old fat hole in his base. What's going on over here?
Yeah, we're ripping off the sides, dude. We're getting rid of the wings on this base. Show me what you're doing. I need to just see some other perspective, I feel like. Oh, you redid the front? What the heck am I looking at over here?
Well, you know, it's the future of us making some money back, Isaac.
Gosh, can you imagine entering your home and you gotta climb the freaking Mayan temple right here?
So you do know what it is.
Hey, are you making this into a Mayan temple? Are you serious?
You got it immediately. I'm pretty happy with that. So right away, Isaac, you knew what it was. That's a pretty good indicator that I'm on a good path, isn't it? So now we're facing another issue. I'm running so low on iron, I have to use iron nuggets that were in here to make iron bars, and that's enough to literally to make one single more iron axe, and that's it. So after this, if I don't find some secret room full of items, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Gosh, I'm so glad we got this efficiency axe though. Look at this, guys. This speed is unrivaled.
I think it's actually even now, which has been a very difficult thing to pull off. So you go up, you've got that, and it goes up. It's somehow coming together way better than I thought it would be. But the weird thing is you've got basically a staircase here, and then the roof is staircases, and so it's like so similar that it's strange, and I just don't think it's good, but it's actually time to take this up even higher. So let's continue moving.
All right, we finally almost finished with the demolition. I'm super excited. Look at this. We basically sliced it with a knife. It's a perfect line right here. We even ripped out the bottom floor. The last thing standing is actually the chimney right here. And once we do get rid of this chimney, we're really gonna be able to start thinking about what we're gonna be building onto the base to make it look a lot nicer.
Oh, look at that. It goes up, it comes in, it gives you that nice pyramid vibe that I'm looking for. The vision is still alive, folks. And then all I need to do is go out back because there's another balcony out back that I don't think I'm gonna use. And then then I can use these up front to make those other pillars to make sure it matches, and nobody's even gonna really notice this.
I really want to keep this base a lot simpler than what we had before. I just like how clean it looks now. I think maybe we'll just bring the wall straight up from here and see what we got. Unfortunately, digging that all out, I did break my efficiency 1 on breaking 3 axe, which is wild. Like, we broke 3 axes now. I wonder if LoverFella has figured out that you can enchant yet, because if he hasn't, that's probably a big time. Efficiency 2 and unbreaking. What a find this has been.
I was kind of thinking in the middle of this, I could create something unique with like birch stairs, like not something crazy, something as basic as possible. But maybe what I could do is I could create like a birch staircase or a birch trap door, and this might be enough to just add a little depth into this. That gives it a much needed depth, I think, in my opinion. Then on the bottom, you could actually repeat the process, but you could maybe go vertically too, like this right in the middle. And unfortunately, these trap doors are very expensive pieces of things to make. Can't make any more than 4. Okay, we're in a situation. I do like it though. It kind of adds this weird vibe to it that I don't know what it is, and it's definitely not what I expected, but it's good.
I gotta say, this is an interesting way to build. Like, you almost have to think about it like a marble block that you're like chiseling away. You know, slowly but surely, I'm actually pushing the base even smaller in. I don't know why, but we have a pretty cool entrance in my opinion. If we made these 2 big windows, this would be a really cool feel to the base. Overall, I still feel like this middle roof right here just feels so tacky.
Oh my goodness. I'm almost an hour in just redesigning the front of this, but I really like the shape we're getting. You can kind of see that it starts out a little bit wider on the base with that original homey shape. Then it starts carving up, and you're getting this really unique design that I never have seen in my life, probably for good reason.
All right, we just got another good day's work in right there. Really happy with the progress. I know it looks like trash right now, and there's some cobwebs in the ceiling we gotta clean out, but I wanna go, whoa, look at LoverFella's base over here.
What are you doing over here, buddy?
Dude, this is actually looking pretty cool.
Really?
I kinda like it. It's unique.
So what I'm doing, Isaac, is I'm merging the Mayan culture with the everyday housewife. You put them together and you get this. Part house, part ancient temple to sacrifice people and rip their hearts out as you throw them down the staircase. How's yours looking?
What my vision is right now is a big deck on this side. So that's what I think I'm gonna begin construction on, you know? I want a huge deck facing you.
Isaac always hitting us with those creative ideas, guys. A big deck. I wonder how that's gonna look.
We're supposed to be making a valuable home. You've just built a torture chamber thing. That's not gonna make money.
We'll see whose is more valuable when I finish this build, Isaac. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
All right, I'm done with the front right now because I got bored with it, so I'm gonna go work on some other stuff right now and see what other opportunities I have here to clean this up. We're gonna do a little bit more demo here, taking out the railings on the inside, doing a little bit more reconstruction in here, and maybe what I could do is give every room sort of a Mayan temple theme, which, well, let's go see what's up here. We've got nothing, 2 pieces of wood, and 3 diamonds. Oh my God, finally. Oh, that feels so good. I didn't know if there would be any diamonds in here. And there is an enchanting table. Now, I don't know if there's any books anywhere that I could use. Maybe I'll find some later, maybe I won't, but that would really change the game if I could enchant something.
Okay, we're making some big moves over here, I feel like. I'm really starting to feel the way this base is coming together. I really like our approach to this challenge today, though. We're breaking the house down into sections, basically, and we're gonna tackle 1 section at a time.
All right, let's hop on downstairs. We do need a better way inside, and so what I'm thinking is if I were to maybe take out these stairs, you could walk up the stairs, or you could walk inside the door right here. See, that's kind of cool. You could go up, you could stay down, enjoy the temple, or live modern life, you know? It's just like a 2 for 1, and that's what I think makes this pretty spectacular.
Okay, we're finally ready to put this deck on. I'm trying to figure out the right height for it. We might just take this floor out because it's already the floor that everything else is on up here, and we'll just bring this out like a deck, maybe.
Gold nuggets, some chains. Oh, we did get a couple trees. The rules are we can only use what's in the base. If I were to plant a tree and harvest it, that is a valid way to get actually more wood. Oh, some dirt. Why don't I take this dirt outside and fix up that little nasty patch out front? It's been bothering me for about a year now. Boy, I don't know about you guys, but I did just see a piece of flint fall, and if I were to maybe obtain 1 more piece of iron inside the base somewhere, I'm not opposed to going over and accidentally lighting Isaac's base on fire if you guys are okay with it.
Man, it is ugly right now, but it's only ugly because of the original roof right there. That's really what we have to keep reminding ourselves, guys. The main problem with this base is actually the roof from the previous owner. It's not what we've done.
So there is actually more here than I thought. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity to make some cool stuff, but oh, it's gonna be tough. Books, lecterns. Oh, more lanterns. That's what I needed. Because I feel like the lanterns would look really good, maybe right in the center, something like that. It's temporary. I'm probably gonna redo these rooms later, but it's just at least bright enough so I can work in it at night. That looks so much nicer to me now that I can see properly.
This looks pretty legit. That is a grand deck if I've ever seen one. And I can see this center area right here being the perfect doorway out into our garden. Let's go ahead and knock out 2 little spots here for the door that will go in here in the future. And then this right here is all going to be windows. So we can put those in right now because we already smelted up a bunch of glass. So that's easy peasy.
So guys, I've been thinking about these dripstones for a minute in my mind. So what if I were to take a couple of these dripstones? What if I were to take a couple of all these blocks right here, go outside and make a mine statue out front? And the ideas are going to be on either side of the base, go up pretty tall. Probably the worst idea I've had yet, but I'm going to try something. Okay, I'm not upset with that. That's a pretty simple take. We can always upgrade this more in the future.
Okay, windows have been put in and we've striped around it. Obviously, it's very dark in there. I do have some lanterns, so we might be able to put these down actually. And we could get some pretty cool lighting like this. Maybe in the corners here would be a good spot to do it. Yeah, I think that looks good already.
I like it because it just gives it a unique kind of shape, and instead of a statue, it almost just becomes a pillar, and I'm okay making a pillar. It's just about kind of combining random crap together, maybe making a couple slabs for no reason, and just kind of seeing like, oh, like what happens if I put a slab in somewhere, you know? Nobody really knows what they're doing either in builds, and I think if I remind myself that and just make it up as I go, this is gonna come out a lot better. Finally, just put a mouth up there. It doesn't even have to be a body, just put a mouth on it now. That's all you gotta do, guys. It's a very simple process.
Ideally, I think if you do this challenge properly, we will have used every single block available to us and repurposed them. If there's any blocks left over, that means we didn't build very efficiently and we didn't get as much as possible out of this base. So I'm making sort of a unique entrance because the door is actually a little higher than the ground. We needed like a sloped walkway up, and that is beautiful to me. I love how it just kind of like draws you into the center of this.
You know, it's not really as bad as I thought it'd turn out. I need to get some eyeballs on that thing, but it kind of gives me a little bit of a creature vibe. It took me pretty much 20 minutes to make in real life, so I'm a little bit of ashamed by saying that, but it's getting there.
I'm going to be using these to make some path blocks to really lead us outside of the house into our farming district. It'll really spruce and, or basically liven up the area over here and make the deck have a much more beautiful view. What is he building?
Oh, just a little something I'm putting out front just to ward off any evil spirits that might be coming by. I'll say this is probably the hardest build challenge we have done yet.
It's twice as much work, dude. I miss creative so much. I mean, you have to break everything before you build.
Well, it's that and the lack of tools, you know? Oh, we do have some item frames, so I could use item frames and 4 gold nuggets to put some eyeballs up there. Predators have frontal eyes. Oh, that's weird. Little beady things, huh? Hey, that actually is good. The gold actually fits so well because I forgot that they use gold in their stuff.
Now we have to do Operation Build the Farms. The village system where they just put like the oak planks and stuff around them and then fill in with dirt is one that I really like actually. All right, I hadn't planned on using mud bricks, but you know what? Mud bricks sound like the perfect block to put outside. Okay, so right now I'm just laying out the foundation for my garden plots. I wish we had more of this block actually, because I'm worried we're not gonna have enough of it. And there's also a rule that you're not allowed to like break the dirt here and take it. So we have to just fit the farms in where they're gonna fit. Like we can't just tear out the mountain.
Now, I see that we've got a zombie head here. I do feel that it would be appropriate to put this near Isaac's property line just to let him know that he shouldn't be coming over here to visit us.
I am not gonna stand for that. So I'm gonna go find that head and I'm gonna repurpose it and make ours taller than his. Okay, there we go. There is our contraption right there. Our zombie looks like he would eat his zombie. Once he sees that, he's gonna get intimidated.
I'm gonna use my diamonds now, and then with that diamond axe, I wanna bring a little bit of the Mayan culture on the inside. So with this stone, we're gonna make a nice little update on the interior, and these are very valuable resources because these logs have 4 each, right? We don't need the logs anywhere inside. So we're gonna replace these with something that looks about the same quality, but this like quadruples the amount of wood we get. So it's a pretty smart play, I think. Wow, that is shocking, daring, aggressive. Some would say bad and worse than before. And I would be one of those people. I think it looked a lot better before I did this.
And in one of these chests, I noticed there were mangrove, like propagals. I'm pretty sure these are just mangrove saplings. And there were bone blocks somewhere over here, right here. So we can use this actually to grow these up and kind of line our pathway away from our base into his base.
Interesting, we've got some tuff here. Now that's not a block I normally build out of. I got this really strange idea. Hold on. Kind of bring a little something of everything together. Just a shocking centerpiece. I mean, literally shocking. Like this is weird shocking. And then let's go ahead and see. The carpet's not bad. Let's go ahead and just like center it a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I feel like a red carpet on the outside might look really, really good. I feel like for some reason, red and Mayan just go together because blood. Oh, that looks so good to me. And then a little bit down here. Sheesh. Sheesh, that looks great. What in the heck? I go away for 2 seconds and you build a bigger zombie and an entire mangrove swamp?
Oh, you saw my zombie, did you?
What is this?
Well, I just felt like our area was lacking some theming, so I really wanted it to get its own feel to it, you know? So we've turned this into a swamp.
You're making a swamp base? So you're making a Shrek base? Interesting.
You know, honestly, if you want to say it's Shrek, I would love that. That's a compliment.
The first time today that I've heard you say something that I thought, wow, that's a great idea. If you watch our base flip videos, you know I'm a professional thief of my brother's ideas. So I did some landscaping of my own. Boy, that went from 0 to 100 real quick. Went from nasty exterior base to now the trees kind of hide the ugliness of this, but let's get a little bit more decoration inside. It's getting dark out, getting a little bit dangerous out there. Isaac decided to lean into that Shrek idea I gave him, and that's how he finished up these absolutely gorgeous looking swampy farm plots.
Boom! The last block has been hoed up, and it's been a long process to get this farm started, but we're almost there. Okay, and with the crop fields fully planted, I think we should go visit LoverFella and see what he's doing over here.
Melons feel very Mayan to me if I plant some melons out there. Oh! Jeez.
Did I jump scare you? Yes!
Yeah, I actually freaked out. Wow. I don't know how you got that close to me.
Dude, I'm an expert home invader. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's right. We are pretty good at that.
Now, I came over here to say, Zach, your exterior, I mean, it's just junk. It looks garbage compared to mine.
What? It's the dark forest. It's an evil place haunted by ghosts and spirits as you approach the Mayan temple.
Dude, I thought we were building a base to make money, and you just decided to turn this into like a temple of like demons. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Did you see that did you see the rotten flesh in the ground?
I did. I saw that. It's a good detail. I'll give you that. It's a good detail. This is what a house should look like, Zach.
I will admit that yours looks a lot better to me right now. But this is a multi-day challenge, Isaac, and we got to make as much money as possible, and I hope you do well because, well, I wasted all the money. It's a rainy day here today, but that doesn't stop us from upgrading this base. But before I get working on a little bit more on the inside, I remember yesterday Isaac made a giant zombie that was bigger than my zombie right here, and so I do feel the need to one-up him. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some of the wool inside. Hopefully I got some green, and make a slightly bigger zombie to show Isaac that I am better than him.
Okay, so I've done some extensive work on kind of redoing the exterior of this base on this side. I actually want to go upstairs and show you all of the progress that we actually made. I basically just cleared out everything and redid the whole floor. It's like mansion vibes to it, but like log cabin in the woods where you
go to murder someone.
I feel good about that. Look at them shoulders, bro. It's got some delts. All right, now that that's knocked out, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take another stair session here real quick. Keep slowly pushing her up to that top part where I wanna get it. It's kind of like doing homework and studying for a test. You don't wanna do it, but you know you have to at some point. But if you just break it into little tiny pieces, it's not as bad.
Now, I also took about 10 minutes to just kind of reorganize all the stuff that was in the base. We have a lot more materials than I thought we did.
See, what's interesting is this actually comes up and connects to the old roof, and I could go through and make it symmetric the entire way, or I could leave it unsymmetric, have this walk up to the roof, leave it exactly like that, and not be as concerned about the back because it already looks good. And it's like business in the back, party in the front. Regular homestead, ancient Mayan temple.
Oh my gosh, guys, he one-upped my zombie. We cannot let that stand. He's massive. We gotta break ours and build a bigger one right away. I will not let him have a bigger zombie guard at his base. Now, we do have some red wool and white wool. I love that they left that for us because it's almost like they had planned for us to make a giant bed with it. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You basically just build the bed texture with the wool, and it's incredible. And it looks like we have to do a 4x4 bed right here. It's huge, it's massive, it fits the space. I love it.
We gotta flip this middle a little bit. I kept thinking it would grow on me and it's just ugly. That looks so much better, doesn't it?
Okay, we brought the carpet upstairs, and now we have a lovely little red rug that ties really nicely into the bed. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So we got 2 different red accent colors up here. And then right here in the middle, I have a grand idea. I actually want to put a fish tank with our axolotls in it. I mean, if the base came with axolotls, we got to utilize them in the build. So this seems like the perfect spot for them.
All right, if we get a frontal look at this thing now, it does have a little bit of that structure you're looking for now. It does kind of have that vibe, and for that, I'm a little bit grateful. Let's go take a look at Isaac's real quick, past the giant zombies. Jeez, yours looks crazy. How did you get that?
Oh, there were axolotls in one of the chests. I don't know where I got them. They should be in your house too.
Yours looks so good right now, dude.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. This is the first time Zach's been positive about something I built. I'm loving this.
This had me really concerned. I had to start thinking really creatively to catch up to my brother. So I decided to make a museum displaying a bunch of interesting blocks, and then I decided to build an entire farm on my roof to see if I could catch up to my brother. Yeah, over here is actually quite interesting. This is the museum. We've got a couple of rare minerals here you can take a look at, or as we collect them.
Rare Aztec bush. Man, yeah, I guess you can just slap a label on any block and make them rare.
Ancient meat.
Ancient meat, dude. That's a rock.
You don't know that.
It's honestly so weird being over here because it's like so similar to mine, but different at the same time.
Can you bone meal these? Oh, that's nice. Okay, we have 23 more glowberries. So I'm gonna put these throughout my base, and it'll add a very needed leafy feeling to my base that I don't really have at the moment.
All right, I'm around back now. I'm just gonna make a little path back here. We do have the luxury of having a property that was right on the river, so we're gonna utilize that. Why would we not? Okay, we got a lovely path behind the house now. Now, this house was built very strangely. Like, the house is all asymmetrical. It's like they built the inside and didn't even consider what the outside would look like. So we have a random chimney on the backside here. And then we have these windows that are so far off the ground, you can't even look in from the path here. So the next step of the building process, guys, is going to be demolition. My favorite part. We're actually just going to be ripping up the entire basement here.
This feels so peaceful to me now. I think that's really good. So there's a couple of unique items in here we haven't really touched yet. This is more so a giant wooden chest. We've got mangrove, which I haven't used, so I'm gonna try to dabble in some mangrove. We've got these barrels, a furnace, and a crafting table. I'm just gonna go place these upstairs just because I don't want to use them anymore. I don't want them to take up storage space. So I think a couple barrels might look good back here in the corners.
Okay, so our axe is not gonna make it much longer. I can tell you that right now. It is basically breaking before our eyes. Oh, what is that, guys? Oh, we gotta get to that. Our axe broke though, so I can't even get in there in time. Oh, finally we got some diamonds. I knew they wouldn't leave us out to dry. That is that perfect timing too. Our axe just broke like 2 blocks before that. Yes, okay, wait, before we use this though, we should enchant it. Yes, sir, that's gonna make the demo so much faster.
So I think the one thing that most of you probably hate about my base, there's probably a lot of things actually that you hate about it, would be simply the fact that my stairs blend in so much to the building. But if I have more mud blocks, which I might have back here, I feel like mud stairs on the outside, mud brick stairs might look really good. So I think this looks a little better reworking it so the front doesn't look so flat. It's kind of got like a little bit of a temple vibe to it. I think that pulls it together a little more. And so now you're combining that Aztec feel all up the center, pulls your eyes right into the middle, and I'm not super unhappy with it so far. I think it's okay. We do need a little bit more plants though. And so since I have so many beetroot seeds, I'm gonna try to make like a big old fat plant farm just kind of right here in the very front. Isaac's demolition job was going absolutely amazing with his new diamond tools, and that wasn't good for me. He managed to clear out the entire downstairs area in 15 minutes.
Okay, the base feels transformed. That's the only way I can put it. Look at this view. It's the best view I've seen on a Minecraft base in a long time. It's so unique. It's got the awesome river view, basically the entire width of the house. So my thought is we can't waste that view. So what we want to do is actually knock out this whole back wall and turn it into one giant panoramic glass window.
40 glowberries. I just thought to myself, wouldn't it look cool if my entire jungle was like just full of glowberries and it was like a glowberry forest? Because I could get rid of all my torches then. And it works really good on these, I feel like. Look at that. So I went through and I placed over 46, this will I think be number 47, different glowberries all around this forest. So at night, once these grow bigger and they start producing fruit, the entire forest will just start glowing and feel kind of magical. It still looks very bad, and I think the reason that it looks bad right now is it's not quite cohesive.
Where the heck is LoverFella at? He must really be in the zone. I want him to come see what we've done. I want to intimidate him, but he just won't even visit us. Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. He actually doesn't notice us. I didn't even want to invade him here, guys, but he's just making it too easy.
You're just loud, bro.
Well, what? Oh, it looks like you planted some crops. You got some glowberries outside. I like those, giving your little snake some beards. You know, I think I have some advice for you, to be honest. And I know we're in a competition, but I think you need to get rid of like the pointiness of the roof at the top here. I think you need to flatten this off.
I think you're probably right.
Because it like keeps stepping up and then randomly it points. It looks a little weird right now.
The boy is right. He has said things that make sense to me. And I think the reason I never made the roof look the way he's talking about it is really just because I was lazy. And I'm now remembering, I'm LoverFella. I'm not lazy, fella. Let's get out there and fix this roof and give it that vibe that it needs. And then we'll go see Isaac's because he's got to show me his thing. All right, look at this. Now you can start to see, especially from this side angle, that Mayan pyramid structure take place. Each one of those little things is a different degree, different angle, different location. It's okay though, because each day I come back with a new mindset and it gets a little better.
Okay, it is officially time to begin construction on the staircases that are gonna get us up to this second floor, because there's no easy way to move between the upstairs and the downstairs,
So he's got a nice old melon pumpkin farm, pretty organized, pretty good. Wow, seems like you got a pretty good vision over here, you know? It
Dude,
does.
you like the big window river view right here? I really feel like that increased the home value.
You just redesigned the whole basement.
I did, and honestly, Zach, come look like just all around. I wrapped the whole porch. It's really coming together nice.
I feel like I am really not competing well. I just feel like I'm doing something really hard in survival mode. In creative mode, I can pull this off. I think you're playing it safer today, and I think it might pay off because yours looks good.
I think once we get this staircase in though, it's gonna make it a lot easier to kind of tell what we can build downstairs. It's just gonna frame the room a lot nicer and divide it up. So that's kind of the benefit of doing it early.
So we've got some potatoes and beetroots, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these planted up here. How does this look now? Significantly better. I think we need some glowberries up top, and I don't know that any of them have started producing any fruit down here yet. They're still kind of growing, and it's now gonna be the game of kind of bringing things together more on the outside. This grand entrance must look magnificent.
Okay, and we just replicated this staircase on the other side. I had to use these little oak planks to kind of measure it out, but I got it perfect. And now that the staircase is here, this door doesn't really make sense to me. Like, you wouldn't want to walk underneath the staircase to come in. We'll just block this up. No one's ever going to know it was even there.
That looks so much better. It's still not good by any means, but it looks so much better now. We've got plants, props, a Mayan temple built on top of your home. It's not a normal design. All right, now we're gonna go out there with slabs of cobblestone and pillars of cobblestone, because the one thing about my base, there's a lot of things that aren't good, but one thing that's really not good is how flat it is. And so I think if I can find ways to create patterns or designs utilizing more materials, it should start to make it look a little bit better. Like, I can maybe do something like this, where we create little pyramid details.
All right, we've successfully walled off both of the staircases now. It looks a lot more clean in my opinion. Now in here, there's still a little bit of weirdness, but that's just because the chest room is here and I haven't really had a chance to move these yet. These look a little bare and could turn these into closets. I'm gonna play around with that idea right now, actually. Actually, even better, we could turn this into the potion brewing area, which we don't actually have anymore because we ripped all that out. I like the idea of having like cool little secret areas. So get rid of the desk and we'll turn this into a potion brewing secret lab.
So now it looks a lot more like a pyramid. I kind of like it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the rest of them on the bottom and the front here, but I really like the way these are coming in. And I'm excited for Isaac to come back next. I think he's gonna kind of like this a little bit.
You know what? I like it. It's kind of secretive. You'd never expect this was in here, but when you come in, you're greeted by this lovely little potion evil lair. It just, I don't know, it feels like it doesn't fit in the house, and that's why I love it.
Let's go grab all the wool from the inside of our base, because I think it's finally time to utilize that wool, because one of the things that I know we need is a very colorful, giant, vibrant shape that reminds me of Aztec culture. We'll store all of this in here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to make a giant circle and make it look like a coin, an Aztec coin on the top with a face.
Okay, base is looking great. Besides the lighting issue, I'm really happy. What I wanna do is turn a bunch of our wood into barrels, actually, because I think they're probably the most compact way to store things. And we're gonna turn the other side of this into just an ultimate barrel wall. Like, it's all gonna become barrel storage, and we're gonna finally open up the middle of the base here. So let's just choose a block that we're never gonna use, like mangrove, turn it all into planks, and then we'll just start mass producing some barrels.
Okay, this is it. Took me an incredibly long time to build this because I needed to get the right shape and I kept remaking it. Then we're gonna go through and start coloring it in like a Aztec sort of thing. We'll start with kind of a vibrant orange yellow kind of base here. I guess it doesn't exactly matter, so I'm gonna just kind of randomly put things in here, just try to give it a nice little texture.
There we go. We got 35 barrels. This is going to take a long time to sort through all this chest. I cannot believe how much junk we have. Okay, I organized the wood, but I can't be bothered to do the rest of this, guys. I'm just going to break everything here, and we're just going to slowly start basically just turning all this into the barrels. It's going to be perfect. Hopefully stuff doesn't despawn. Is there some sort of limit on the server? I hope not. We're not getting judged on how well our storage room is actually organized, so I don't even know why I was caring about that to begin with.
So I know this might not be the best thing ever, but it's there. It is the giant Mayan coin with freaking moss growing off of it above the base, perfectly centered.
Whoa! It's like a giant lion thing, or is that some sort of villager god?
It's the Mayan coin with a giant god face on the front. It's a Mayan coin god up there.
I mean, that's definitely of the villager species. That nose on that thing is a honker.
I still have so much work left to make this look good. And honestly, the front's fine, but the side's just ugly and horrendous. So what I think I'm gonna do is the old Zach classic. I'm gonna go in here and basically tear it all away. Every single piece of birchwood here, I'm gonna just make it up as I go. I think what I need to do is just break it all, maybe replace it with some glass. I just want like a really easy, simple fix.
What I wanna do is actually finish our little downstairs basement right here. We need need to replicate our fish tank from up here down to the bottom. I want to get like dual fish tanks in this base.
So what we're gonna do is, I just got this idea right now, hit me out of nowhere. We're gonna open this up, and because this fireplace looks so good, maybe turn this into an indoor-outdoor area, and then let's head on up to the second floor, clear out more of the wall, and then see if my terrible idea here of breaking everything is going to produce any good results or not. But let's get rid of that stone wall outside. I think it's really ugly and tacky looking right here all the way along the line.
Okay, the fish tank is officially assembled. I think it actually looks awesome. It's huge, but like in a good way, because it's gonna draw all your attention right to the middle. And it's a fish tank, so why would you not want people to look at that?
Giant walls, Aztec, warrior, cobblestone. Oh, bam! That's what we do. We bring the cobble around town. We've got a little bit of cobble left, so we can kind of create sort of a design that pulls it in together more. So we get a pillar there that matches the pillars in front. We get another one here. That starts tying the design together a little bit. And then, what if I use fences and made a giant window out of fences? That's a unique idea. I mean, it really brings it together in a big way. It connects it to the front. It makes it feel like it's part of whatever I was making previously.
Okay, it's all source blocks except this one right across from me, and that's perfect because we're gonna put it in our bucket of tropical fish. Okay, there we go. We spawned him in. We got a black and blue one. He's actually a pretty sweet one. I feel like there's a lot worse looking tropical fish. Hopefully he's not trapped in the corner. I specifically made everything source block so that he can move around.
Let's go see what Isaac's doing so I can steal ideas, potentially sabotage him. Definitely sabotage him. But first, how we doing, neighbor?
Well, I just put in the second fish tank over here. Hey, get out of my stuff. You can't steal. Get out of here.
I'm just browsing. I'm seeing what's going on in here. I mean, it's...
You seem like you're up to something. Get out. You broke a glass, dude. That's not allowed. You broke my fish tank.
I didn't mean to. I tripped.
Dude, if my fish gets out... Oh, you're lucky I saved him.
My finger fell on the mouse button. I couldn't even control it. Okay, that could have went a little better. Seems like I need to plan better, honestly, for most things that I do.
All right, up here in the front of the base, kind of against the lakefront view, I feel like some bookshelves are in order, kind of in the corners like that. They would just kind of help make it feel a lot more cozy. So if we have any more bookshelves, I'm going to try to put them around like that. Oh, he broke the glass up here too. He had to have done that, right? Was that me? No, there's no way that was me. I would have never left something so sloppy. Gosh, he's really just destroying my base when he comes over here, isn't he?
Wait a minute, is this whole thing uneven? There's only one on this side and there's two on this side. The base was built uneven originally. This is ridiculous. For now, we'll hang a lantern in there until I actually find a way to get fire back there.
Okay, so every time I come upstairs, I feel like the house is awesome looking, but also it kind of feels impractical because there's like no way to close this off. Like imagine you're sleeping here, but then like 1,000 mosquitoes just keep flying in the front here because there's no way to close this off. You know what? We have a bunch of glowberries and we can grow more with actual bone meal. But what if we just do this and they're gonna grow straight down and we'll have like a curtain of glowberries that can kind of be like our curtain in Minecraft. So basically I'm just going along the entire like archway of this build and I'm putting these things down right behind the staircases. So yeah, these are all gonna grow down. It's gonna be so cool looking.
The final reveal of the brand new side of the building is this. What would make it look better to me is having some glowberries kind of come down and give it that depth that's needed. Oh, there we go. Okay, when these grow up, it's gonna really make it look nicer.
I think it's time to move to the outside of the build. We've spent enough time inside. We really need to fix the back of this base, in my opinion. The time is now to actually start outlining this entire thing with an oak fence. I think that's gonna be our best bet for kind of making the back of the house look a lot better. I don't even know if we should actually really worry about this. Like we could fence this in, but I almost think it would look better if we landscaped it instead. We have flowering azaleas, for example. Those could be an awesome little block to put on the corner. And then the rest of this could be a lovely little garden if we go see if we have any plants to put there.
So this is the area I've not been to yet, this ladder. It's actually a bedroom. Inside of it, there's nothing and nothing. So we're gonna take all of this out. I'm gonna replace this all with new fences, and then it should then tie into the rest of the base. And we'll kind of have actually merged, weirdly, farmhouse aesthetic with Mayan temple with modern.
Hey, where's my fish at? Wait a minute, guys. Did LoverFella come over here and kill my fish? Oh, I'm so sad now. I love Dory. I'm distraught, guys. I can't even think right now. Okay, you know what? This is now a vegetarian tank. It's basically just to be growing sea kelp. It's like a plant tank, I guess. Talk about going too far, guys. Like, he went too far.
Could this mean war was brewing between us? I was innocent, but Isaac didn't know this. Isaac was sad about his lost fish, so he tried to keep his mind occupied by creating a garden outside, and he even started decorating the inside with new paintings.
Okay, now this painting right here, this has a really good shape to it if you ask me. So we definitely want to redo that over here.
All right, wall looks much better. I don't know if we're gonna even have time to do that second wall over there because we literally have 1 day left and I don't think Isaac's gonna go over there. I'm gonna maybe get some sort of like secret way to trick him to think it's done. But let's see how this looks now. Much better. You've got the windows in the middle, the things up there. I mean, it's a little bit uneven in certain areas, but frankly, it's not a concern of mine because it does tie together better. Let's get some more magic pieces outside that really start pulling attention over and making me look better than I am. And that's exactly what I did. I created a big torch and a campsite on this side. It was starting to look very promising. Wow, we really did transform this side.
All right, hear me out, everybody, but I think what I have just created here is a masterpiece. Look at this. The shape on this painting right here is just incredible. After I go ahead and plant these 6 more mangrove seeds that I got, we're gonna go visit LoverFella.
I still have 14 sugarcane left. Is there any other natural water here that I could plant by and get this? Because I don't know how did Isaac get water? He must have had a bucket in his. I have to get a bucket somehow. There's gotta be something somewhere. While I'm thinking, I'm going to clear my inventory out by placing these 2 redstone lamps somewhere convenient. And I feel like right in the heart of these guys' chests would look so good. Like right there. That looks pretty cool, I think. It's very interesting. It adds a little bit of depth to it. And I got it out of my inventory and we've got our campfires. I guess since I don't have a flint and steel yet, iron's kind of a major holding factor for us, taking us back. I'll just put that in the chimney, which looks a little better. And we'll turn this into something. I don't really know what this looks like to me.
The outdoor section of the base is looking amazing. I love the new mangrove edition we just added, but it's time for the boat dock construction. So I went ahead and counted out the middle. It actually is really easy. You just look in at the fish tank and it's like the middle of the fish tank is the middle of this. So this is gonna be perfect for our area for the first boat dock of this base. And we have plenty of striped dark oak logs for this because I want these to be like the supporting pillars for the dock here.
All right, let's go place some blood in the forest. Oh, this would really fit the kind of vibe here of sacrificing people and throwing them off the staircase. Very, very relevant. More than you would think.
Now, sticking with the theme of the paintings, guys, I really wanted to continue that shape throughout the build. And I think we've done that very good right here. It's just a lovely looking. The only problem right now is actually these little pillars right here. So we'll just go ahead and remove these. No reason to have those, to be honest with you. There we go. Now it is a lovely boat dock, I think. Everybody is going to think this is awesome. And the only thing left is actually to add some boats. Okay, taking a step back, tell me what you think about the boat edition. I really think that really tied the shape together.
Since these are kind of like a design pillar of our base, what if we kind of put some of these out in the wild like this and just kind of had like a couple pillars sticking out and it just kind of felt like an ancient artifact out there, like just different heights kind of variously all around. And we're gonna just put maybe like 3 to 4 of them around and see what that looks like. See if it's kind of creepy or cool.
What the heck is that? He made his dude even taller than ours. Oh my gosh. You know what? Before we see LoverFella, I am not going to stand for that. We got to make ours taller, guys. He might have thought he was closing the gap on us, guys, by making that thing like a giant, weird looking, I don't even know what it is. It looks like Squidward's house, but it's not going to matter.
I don't know about you guys, but I think I finally found a use for my glass. So this becomes a nice new area here that you can walk up and enjoy the fire. And then we'll add a couple of cobblestone stairs as well.
Okay, great success. We have just made an absolute dinosaur up there, standing on his hind legs. I didn't even move the arms up because I think it looks even more funny when it's that tall without arms. He doesn't suspect a thing, guys. He literally built us the perfect cover for this. There he is, there he is.
Oz, you better come look at these updates I made.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get over there, Zach.
What? You're here.
How long have I been here? You'll never know. What I do know, though, Zach, is my dude dwarfs yours now.
Oh my gosh.
My guy would just wrap his neck around you and strangle you. Dude, you know what yours looks like? I just realized I couldn't figure it out. You remember that show Chowder?
Oh yeah, he does. I know what you mean. Yeah. This guy, we'll put him on screen.
This little window thing intrigued me though. What is this? Oh, indoor, outdoor fireplace here.
Yeah, I took the original and I was like, let's beef it up a little.
It's a good build. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty awesome. The only part that I think is still lacking is the side roof here. Like the wood looks out of place. Like the giant slant there.
Interesting thought process. Isaac gave me some pretty good ideas, so I just listened to him and transformed the entire roof into a farm.
Okay, I grew impatient, guys. I am going ahead and I'm just planting all of these glowberries instead of waiting for them to grow. It was just taking forever and I wanted to see it fully done just so I could get an idea whether we liked it or not. But how could this not look good from a distance?
Dude, I forgot there were chests back here the entire time. I was just like literally zoned out thinking, what will I do? And then I came back here and I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember seeing netherrack or soul sand or any of this. And there are actually fish and buckets. This is game changing, guys. I can't believe this. I literally can't believe this. Wow. So I guess what we'll do is we'll take our tropical fish and make maybe an outdoor pond or something right now. And I can finally bring water into my build, which changes so much how it looks. What's up, buddy?
Listen, Zach, I need to have a talk with you, neighbor to neighbor.
Yeah, what's up?
Did did you not kill my tropical fish?
I did not.
It's been gone, Zach, and people are saying that you did it.
Confirmed it was not me. I didn't go there. It wasn't me.
Okay, because I saw you broke the glass earlier, and then I come back later, and the fish is just gone, so I had to check.
I've been framed. I confirmed I've been framed. I didn't kill it.
Okay, but I kind of wanted to show you what we were doing over at our base. I just wanted to make sure you weren't a fish killer before I let you in.
I'm no fish killer, I'll tell you that. But you know what I am?
Oh, they're irrigation.
Sheesh. Dude, I couldn't find water. I didn't know where you got it the whole time, and I just finally found the water. This changes everything for me.
Gosh, it looks good. I think I'm losing now. I don't even know.
All right, let's see what you got, because I just got remotivated with the water.
Now in here, we have a display case. I had to move one axolotl down here because our tropical fish got killed.
Wow, how many people are you inviting over to have a couch this big? What is this Vladimir Putin style looking couch?
It's a lake house, and as you can notice, like, I want you to take note of my painting arrangement here.
Even your dock is the...
Hey, come out to the dock, actually. I wanted you to show you that too. We took inspiration from the painting, Zach, and we utilized some boats here, but we have a lovely boat dock out here.
Wow, this is actually quite nice. I didn't realize you had such a good view. This actually, if you look at this view, does it not look almost like...
I know, it is magical. It makes me want to go out there and see what's beyond the fog.
If you just looked at this and like put everything away and take a screenshot, that looks like the most perfect Minecraft photo ever, doesn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'll agree.
Mine just has so much more detail. You better step up the detail. That's what you're missing.
Yours is so much more interesting. Every single time, dude, you build these weird bases and then you win because of it.
You've been giving me advice and helping, Isaac. That's my advice for you. Take a risk. Stop playing so safe.
All right, LoverFella said to take some risks, and I can't even argue with that. Like, we need to get more creative. It's clear we're losing right now. The thing that I noticed, though, while building this dock, because I had to go underneath the water to place blocks, the whole thing is floating over top of a river, which means the house is all on top of the water. So if we dug down, we could make a glass dome under here and have an underwater dome section of the base. I'm actually going to drown to death right now. I better get up there before I die. We need to figure out where we're going to put the staircase. And then I had the idea to do it right here because there's nothing in this area. So why not just put it right behind the fish tank? Now, all of this dirt that we dig is technically not a part of the base, so we have to just get rid of this, but we can dig it to make room for our base. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
What would be interesting is if I had water that flowed down, like what if it flowed out of the mouth, came down, split in half, kill. What if it did that? What if it did that? And then when it flows down, it's gonna hit a thing that'll separate it and it's gonna come to here. So I guess we are gonna end up making two channels to go all the way down. We're gonna make it out of cobblestone. All right, I think we got this. I'm gonna try the first water pour and see. Thank God that actually stayed. Now the risk is if it doesn't work, it breaks everything. So we're just gonna see what happens really at the end of the day. See if I did it right. That goes in. Oh, that did it wrong. That did it very wrong. So there it goes. It's gonna destroy everything. There goes all my crops. And that's the worst case scenario. What happened? Oh, what happened is I didn't block it off all the way.
After I fill in this little bit of dirt with new oak planks, I'll show you the new entrance to the underground water section of this base. You go down and it just leads you right into the underground river where we're gonna offer cave diving and river diving under here. It's just beautiful looking. The next thing would be to get all of our glass and kind of form like a giant glass dome area that we can live in underneath there.
Now it should work. Now we got it. And I'm gonna have to just rebuild the whole thing on the other side when I'm done. That's gonna come in, wrap around the corner, down, 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 bam, bam, right in the freaking mouth. Now let's go see how this thing looks. That took so long to make. Let's freaking go. Well, I didn't exactly want that to happen, but it is pretty interesting how I pulled the water off. All right, mess is cleaned up, and then inside as well, I'm pretty sure there was some sea lanterns, and I'm gonna put some of these underneath it to try to light up the water a little better. You know, strategically place some of these, maybe like right there, and then like right there. This is gonna be really hard to make look good.
Hollowing this out is gonna be a pain too, because we're actually gonna have to like fill it all with dirt and then dig it out with a shovel, I guess would probably be the easiest way. I guess we could start doing that now while we wait for the glass to go. If we just get rid of all this water right here and break the dirt, it should disappear. And I'm gonna use this black stone block right here as actual like the floor of this area, because I think the black's gonna look really good at the bottom of the sea.
We're gonna put in our other water bucket here in the mouth, and now we break this, and let's pray that it goes through the right way. I think I learned. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and we already got the lanterns placed and everything, so, oh, what happened down here? You know what? It's actually kind of sick, actually. So let's encourage it to do that by giving it some holes. That's kind of cool. I actually love how one of them has more water pouring out than the other. The Mayan water god gives us the water that flows down, nourishes our crops, and then creates the water down here.
And it is now done. We got all the water out of here. I used ladders to keep the actual river from in here. The one thing that I would love to do is actually light up some of the underwater cave here because it's super dark.
Just gonna beat his real quick here, folks. I think mine's gonna be the better looking zombie. We take this up a couple notches here. Because mine's so wide and thick, oh my God, that went high. Now, at this point, we had such radically different bases, it was hard to say who was gonna win. They both looked good, but whose was better?
Oh my gosh, your dude's taller than mine now?
Oh, yeah, that was just a little something I threw together there.
Only his neck grew since last time, I feel like. You just extended the neck. Why is there a river here now? How do I get to your pace?
So, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, you made it Venice, dude? I thought this was Maya.
We don't use dirt roads like you pathetic scum. We use water that is coming out of the water god's mouth, flowing down through these two statues right into the river. Take a look, Isaac, at the giant Mayan god mouth, which nourishes our city with water.
Oh, that's actually really cool because then it flows down to the snakes. This is pretty cool. Dang it, dude. It looks even awesomer than last time.
You can get out of my boat with my axolotl right now.
Dang it. I was trying to take him with me.
I was thinking something like this where we kind of have like more of these like fountains kind of throughout that just like pour water right in and just, you know, kind of have a fun little vibe to it. Pours out away from the fountain like that. I guess I wanted this under it and it didn't exactly pan out. So unfortunately, we're gonna just have to have two of them right there, but we can make it work.
I feel like LoverFella leaves mine really tall for a long time, and I don't ever let his last for more than like 5 minutes in game time. Like I get here and I change it as soon as possible. Like I do not want him thinking he's better than us. We are at y equals 128. That's how tall our zombie is right now. Now I gotta figure out how to get down without dying. I guess we're just gonna take that water. What? Yep, I'm Dream. Too easy, guys. Too easy.
All right, that's more what I'm talking about. So it's just a more unique design. I just kind of had some fun putting in random shapes and stuff up there. I'm gonna add some of these in too to kind of like make it more of a broken down wall along the edges, kind of make it feel a little more dated. And then we'll also scatter some of these around inside the woods as if they were broken and ancient lost artifacts.
I do know for a fact though that we actually have a bunch of kelp in one of these chests. Oh, right here. We could go plant this kelp underneath the water actually, and that would help attract different sea lives, I think. So let's try to sprucing up the riverbed here. Get some grass into it, for example.
You know what's interesting? I did get a zombie heart from killing a zombie, and since they are gonna sacrifice hearts, it would be honestly perfect to just throw a little beating heart right here on the ground as if you'd recently made a sacrifice and it's just still beating.
Let's get back in before we die. Perfect. And our kelp is already growing up on this side, so we're gonna have a nice contrast between the two sides underneath here.
All right, couple more things I want to place outside here. I want to put some sea pickles in for light. I gotta get some more jungle things placed as well. These will just add a little life to the place. These twisting vines I think would be fine for now, just to place as a ambiance piece with a couple of them in the forest, and as they grow I could harvest them and then actually utilize these in other areas of the base. With just 2 hours left in this build challenge, I feel like I'm definitely going to lose to Isaac because of how chaotic my base is. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the comments are gonna roast me too and say, Zach, this is really bad. I get it, but the fact that we're limited makes it hard, but that's not an excuse for me to build something ugly. I think we're gonna start by fixing that back section and trying to make it look better.
All right, I just spent like the last 30 minutes doing some fine detail work around the base. For example, we changed the ladders that were right here to some trap doors. I also hung some lanterns by these little chains right here. Just all the little small things, guys, that are like just gonna change the base, the entire vibe of the thing, including some ceiling detail, as well as just a few rearrangements in the base, including the carpet and the desk right here. This outdoor balcony I kind of redid too, and I think it looks so much better in this configuration. I used the string that came with the base right here to prevent the glowberries from growing.
Feels kind of nice. You've got yourself this little window here you can peek out of. It still keeps intact the original roof, and now it feels a little better. Bam, walk on up, you get to the top just like that, and you got the beating heart here. I also got some gilded blackstone, which I'm gonna use to add a little bit more decor into the floor. And so what we're gonna go for here is a creeper sort of face, or maybe a Minecraft face. There you go. The creeper face. It looks more like a handlebar mustache and a weird goofy eyeballs. We're gonna do a little bit of water here.
Okay, so heading upstairs, I put a door on either side of here, and now both sides take you out to this upstairs balcony, which overlooks the river. So the next step is actually going to be to fence this in so you can't fall off and die, basically.
There we go. So you've got one little water path there. We're gonna do the exact same thing over here. Obviously, mosquitoes are gonna be born here, but that's not really a concern of ours. Y'all haven't voted for mosquitoes to be added to the game yet, so I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay, to me, this upstairs balcony is essentially done now. The one thing I want to do is put a big couch here against the back wall so that you can basically just like sit here and overlook the water. It is rather dark out here. I wonder if we could plant any of these glowberries anywhere. Oh, right here we could. So let's do that on either side, just some more detail.
Look at that, indoor bridge. That's creative. Now, you don't see that everywhere, so I'm gonna do the exact same design here. This was very interesting to me. Really a little bit of a hectic build here, guys. I mean, there's some serious pressure here. Both of us were feeling the pressure of time ticking down. Trying to one-up each other, we both worked on detailing our houses, with both of us thinking that our ideas would help us win the challenge. Hey, welcome, buddy.
I wanted to show you the new addition to my base. It's gonna blow your mind.
Well, come look at mine first. Get in here.
I don't even know how to get in this thing, dude. There's candles. They block my way in.
You gotta use the front door like a normal human. Welcome to the creeper entrance, where this suspicious creeper welcomes you inside.
These cannot have started as the same base. These don't even look, this doesn't even look close to mine.
I know.
What is happening in here?
It is getting a serious makeover, and the upstairs is still in progress. I'm really doing the inside now, just decking it out.
Man, your base feels like an old grandma lives here, and like she just doesn't know where to put things, so it's just all chaos.
Well, the downstairs felt that way too, but the bridges brought it together.
Yeah, downstairs was nice.
Like everything I do, it gets perfected in the last second. Take a look at yours. Yours is safe.
Yeah, but it's clean. TV with, Zach, why don't you take a seat?
You put a giant TV up blocking the best view I've ever seen in Minecraft?
It's a rich person house, so that TV would recline, dude. Now, second of all, sit down, surround sound, look to the ceiling behind you. And if you're worried about the view, come upstairs.
That TV would cost you a lot of points.
No, it wouldn't. That TV is sick, cause now if you want the view, you come up here to the back deck.
It's a lovely looking base. I'll give it to you. I like the entrance here. I like the detail you have.
I am going to be ruthless, Zach, and whoever judges these things, I am going to point out the backside of your base, because it is hideous.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm getting ruthless results. You can't compete with this. I just got another idea. You're done. You can't compete with the ideas I have. What if there was waterfalls inside? Obviously, we got to do that. So we're going to take this up here. Bam. Take this up here. It's just remarkable how much of a difference a little water makes in everybody's lives. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
We do want it to be worth a lot of money, but we also want it to be functional to whoever would purchase this house. And that's gonna require getting ourselves a mine shaft. And as I come out here, I feel like this hillside right here is just the perfect spot for a mine shaft to be built.
Look at how sick this is. Waterfalls everywhere inside, waterfalls outside. This is cool. Now, Isaac hates our giant staircase there, so maybe what we need in here is something a little bit more interesting, dynamic. So let's take that out. Let's design ourselves something a little bit new in here. You know, it'd be interesting if I used vines. I did plant these specifically to be used inside. It'd be really cool if I could just stack a couple of these up in there. So these will grow up and allow us to get to the second floor as one would. I just thought, you know what else would be cool? This could become like a water elevator.
All right, I filled up my inventory with a bunch of different blocks that I think will look good in like a mining building. We're gonna go construct that as soon as I find myself some food. Listen, guys, not having storage has really probably cost me like an hour of time. Don't recommend doing what I did.
Look how nice this is now. We've got the lights everywhere. So many beautiful plants growing inside the base. It's kind of like a mess though, because you've got grass, oak, birch, mud, cobblestone, mangrove. In fact, on the inside, I didn't realize how bad that was until right now. That's actually embarrassing, to be honest with you. And then this wall, I really want to say I know I built this, but honestly, you take the whole thing out and make it a giant fence wall like we had downstairs. Really cool design. Unfortunately, I'm gonna do it. Look at that. That's sick looking.
All right, and we have arrived. So we just sloped basically the path up to the right here, and it's gonna come right into this hillside. And this will be our lovely mine shaft for the base. We don't need to go crazy with it, but just these little things, guys, that we're gonna be able to point to when somebody comes to appraise this are gonna be game changing, I think. Okay. So after some work, this is what we got. You basically come down here into the geode, and it's full of all different types of minerals. You got some stalactites that are like kind of forming on the ceilings. These amethyst buds are kind of going up and down.
I want to use this dispenser that I found earlier and use a water bucket to have it like flow water. And so I got this again. Where's my diamond axe? Guys, I seem to have misplaced my diamond axe. I now need to get a stone axe because I'm done with inventory management. Well, that's a blow towards our progress for sure. But what I want is I think to have a perfectly centered area here. We're going to put this dispenser up. It's gonna have water in it, and the water will flow right into that little hole there, and you'll be able to turn it on from your bedroom. And I just think it'll be a kind of an intro. Okay.
All right, so we spent a long time like building up this entire mangrove forest. And what was it all for if we don't end up utilizing it for a nice walking path? So we're gonna like cut our way through this like we're in the Amazon rainforest, and we're gonna slowly get ourselves an awesome looking path through here.
All right, that'll do. This floor, though, does seem incredibly boring, basic, and empty. And so we need a new design in here, something that kind of just feels better. It's just the original floor. So I'm going to start breaking it. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here, but I kind of got this idea of like, what if I potentially turn this into a giant fish tank? Because like Isaac's got aquarium. What if I got a bigger aquarium that's like under the ground in the floor? Then all we need to do is use some glass. And although I don't really have any right now, I think I could just simply smelt it up pretty easily. We could dye it a bunch of different fun colors and put it on the ground and have like this artistic piece right here. This is, funnily enough, the design I think I'm gonna go for, which is like a giant face using kind of similar colors to this. At this point, somehow Isaac and I were both working on designing unique pattern floors, but time was ticking down with only 30 minutes remaining.
All right, after a lot of different experimenting, this is kind of the path I came up with. I thought it might blend pretty well into the mud and moss combo here. So we used some oak, some striped oak logs, and then also some path blocks and moss. And I think overall, it actually is a unique path that I've never really seen before, especially with the moss.
How about this? Now it's a Mayan smiley face mask, and it's cool because it leads down to the giant aquarium underneath. So if you look at it very carefully, you can see through all the different types of fish and stuff. This was it. We added our final finishing touches to our bases, and then it was judgment time. Guys are very impartial judges here today now to look at both bases and decide which one is better and which one wins. All right, let's take a look here, Maya. Give us your thoughts as you walk through it.
The garden's a little overgrown. Nice little fish tank. It's very overgrown.
Very overgrown, okay.
If you're into that kind of thing, I wouldn't say it's bad. There's just not a lot to it, really.
Now there is a basement as well, an underground area.
Oh, okay. Do I need to figure out how to get to that?
Usually you would take the stairs.
Well, there's a lot of stairs, and it kind of blends in way too much for me to find it. But oh, okay. Is this it? Is this the basement?
Yeah.
That appears to be all of it that's down there, yeah.
That's everything? I was expecting like a little more. It's kind of just like a mess.
Now that the comprehensive review is done, guys, we're gonna check out the other base now and see how this one comes out.
That's been a theme today, is overgrown gardens.
There's just stuff everywhere.
Isaac, why don't you walk them through your base here?
Okay, yeah. You have to kind of like go right through the staircase. It's a very interesting design I was going for here.
I mean, you kind of have to walk through the water, which isn't...
No, that's a canal system to get around, similar to Venice.
It's a very different interior. This one feels like a lot more lived in.
Perhaps like older grandma was living here. A little chaotic.
Very chaotic. Oh, this is a design choice.
Interesting.
Neither good nor bad, just definitely is a choice that was made artistically.
Wow, this is interesting up here, Isaac.
Why is there a ceiling? Was that like an oversight or a design choice?
We can't answer any questions right now.
What's the purpose of that face? Is it just there for vibes or?
Oh, the Mayan coin temple. That is the god of the water. That's why the water's flowing out of him down to the snake mouths below.
Okay.
Which one do you think is mine? Which one do you think is Isaac's?
I don't know. I feel like Zach's a little more chaotic in the fact that he just put random blocks everywhere for the sake of putting random blocks everywhere because I don't know, that's your personality, just incredibly chaotic.
Okay, now that we've heard which base Maya thinks each brother built, we're now gonna hear what Maya thinks is the better base using limited blocks and the exact same template. Let's start with the base over here that you said lacks personality. Give it a score of 1 to 10. You should use decimals as well.
6.3.
Okay, why is it a 6.3?
It's just, it hasn't really changed from the original at all. It kind of seems like the only thing that's happened is this wall kind of here is just been removed.
Some would say the entire interior is completely different. Some would say that. I don't know.
Yeah, some might say that. Some also would say that it's kind of mid.
All right, let's get a voting. That's a 6.3. Let's get a voting now on this chaotic looking base here.
7.6.
Yes! Let's go!
So dumb. This is a trash base.
But drop a comment down below today and let me know if you agree with Maya's rating and if I did win or if you think my base is the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Peace.